Well, hello, hello, hello. It's that time of the season when the Jonny Gooner has come out of the woodwork and come back to see you all for another season of fun, highs, lows, stress, delight, pure joy, pure emotion, pure devastation. We go again. I've been doing this now for 43 years, hence the bald head, but we're back. The Jonny Gooner show is back for another season. I haven't been kicked off. So, I haven't been sacked either, unlike someone else today. Hi, Jermaine Dennis. Nice to see
you. There's only one, apparently.
Yeah, go on. What a shame that was. Yeah, I've got my audition next week with BBC, so we shall see.
There can be only one.
Yeah, absolutely. As you can see, I've got three wonderful people come to join me tonight. I've got super... Hey, let's go with you, Spark, soon. There he is. Everyone's favourite electrician. There he is. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. Glad we finally got Merino over the line.
Yes, it looks that way. We'll be talking about that pretty fast, actually. It's crazy, I swear. Before the Olympics started, we were linked with him, and the Olympics has already finished and been and gone. The Paralympics is about to start, and we still haven't officially announced it. It's crazy, but it's good news. Jonesy, how you doing, sweetheart?
Yeah, I'm all good, mate. It was good to see you on Saturday. A few beers. We had a lot of fun. More fun than Al's Toy Barn. We definitely had loads of fun. But no, it was great, mate. Good to see you. And good to be back on this show.
I hope he hasn't been sacked. But yeah, good. And last but not least, there is a man that apparently disappeared to the toilet with Liam Cope. George, how you doing, mate?
I'm all right, mate. He's good. He helps a lot in the toilet.
He's a magic hand.
We need to know about this, and I don't think we need to know.
Another reason why Liam Cope's not on the show tonight. Apparently his OnlyFans is launched. He's a very busy man. Good luck to him. Right, so I was going to start with the game the other day, but I think it was obviously the news that broke only a few hours ago, and we all knew it was coming. I mean, like I said, this was, even after the Euros are finished, the Olympics has been and gone. But it looks like we finally got our man, Mikel Merino, signing from Real Sociedad, 28 years old, for a fee rumoured to be around 33.5 million euros on a 4-year deal, which works out roughly about £28 million. Jonesy, I'll start with you. Please, excited? What are you thinking?
Yeah, no, finally we got him over the line. Like you say, it's been teasing so much all over the summer, especially before even just as the Euros were ending, we first heard of it, and he's finally here now. And I just hope he can have the impact, he's played with Odegaard before, so he knows Odegaard's sort of game. I reckon he'll slot in quite easily in that midfield as well with him, Rice and Odegaard. And then my thoughts on Partey, I won't get going. I don't see him having a full season. And I see him coming in and I see him doing a job and, eventually probably taking that place if you ask me, with the experience he's got, especially in the European side of the game as well. And it'll be vital in the Champions League.
Definitely. I mean, obviously, you look at the signings we've made in recent years, Sparks, and, there seems to be some sort of the rebuild by them young. And obviously, Merino's 28. He kind of goes against what he's been doing. But obviously, his experience will be vital. We presume he'll take over Thomas Partey. But I don't know. Again, it's just all about squad depth, in my opinion. I mean, he did well in the Euros. I'm not going to lie. I knew the name, but I wasn't particular. But obviously, I see him in the Euros. He was good. Obviously, he scored the winner against Germany. As Jonesy's mentioned, he's played with Odegaard before, which can only be a bonus. So, yeah, what are your thoughts?
I mean, it's Shaka replacement more than anything, to be honest. So I think we a year later we get that. I think being at 28 as well, we needed a here and now player, not somebody that's going to, bed in it and then in 3 years' time take the world by storm. So I'm quite glad that we've gone for that kind of profile, to be honest. And like you say, it gives a bit of rotation, gives a bit of familiarity as well, and fills a slot that we've been missing really. And we all know what Partey's injury record is as well. So he can rotate quite well, and hopefully, he'll slot in seamlessly. And help us to a title.
And that's it, George, isn't it? We presume that obviously he'll come in and Rice will push her up the pitch, which can only be a good thing. And plus, Marino must be absolutely buzzing because he's just won the Euros, so it's probably a great time to get him in.
Yeah, mate. I was that shocked we signed him today.
Come out the blue, didn't it?
Yeah, I was so surprised. Like when you see the people putting it on Twitter, I was like, "No, that's out of blue." That. But yeah, like Jones, you were saying, I think you'll see the rotation, like Rice and Merino. You never know, we might get Partey for like a handful of games. I agree with the other guys. I don't see him keep being fit for the whole season.
No.
But then we've got Jorginho as well that can rotate. So
absolutely.
But I think mainly you'll be seeing Rice, Merino, and Ødegaard. Like Sparks said, he's definitely the Xhaka replacement. But it must be me, Brooksy. Like, I don't know. Like, when did 28 feel like it's like the end? Like you got into your 50s.
Depression, especially get to my age, it's pretty depressing. It's just like,
just like
15 years younger than me, and they're saying he's old. It's just like I'm like an OP.
It's not that. It's more that we normally create superstars rather than buy them. So it's kind of, an anomaly, isn't it, that we get a mature player that's gonna raise the bar basically.
Yeah, and it's a decent fee as well. It's it's not a ball breaker, is it, Jones? I mean, going to other transfers, all these players, fringe players, they're getting rid of. Even like players that are at other clubs. What's it? Mark McGuinness. He's gone to Luton. But he got like a $2 million add-on for that and something else, and so all the money's coming in. All these little bits and pieces all adding up, and obviously you think as well with regards to the other people. I mean, I'm just going to go for a list. This is just in the last day. Though it looks like Eddie Nketiah might be leaving, going to Nottingham Forest for a rumoured £30 million fee, which I think is a superb price. Good luck to him, but I'm sure we'll talk about him in a minute. Ramsdale, Forest, Southampton and Wolves all been linked with him at a loan deal. Kiwior is a possibility of going to Atlanta. I was getting confused. Yeah. But as a possibility with another player coming this way, Ademola Lookman, which was just come out of nowhere last night. Apparently, the Italian source was one of the first people to go on about Calafiori. Again, we're just speculating. And Reece Nelson, of course, we don't know what's happening with him. So obviously, the transfer window finishes next Friday. What are you thinking? Do you think we're still going to get? I think if Ramsdale goes, was it Juan Garcia from Espanyol? I've heard. Yeah. I think that'll happen because he's obviously getting all his little Spanish friends in, which is fine. If they win us the league, I'm all for it. But what is anyone's thoughts really? Obviously, it's going to go crazy, I think, the next week or so. I mean, you think Liverpool haven't signed anybody. Yeah. Man City are surely going to get someone in to replace Alvarez. Chelsea probably signed about 50 more players. They've then got to try and get rid of about 30 odd players.
Goalkeepers.
Yeah. So it's all going to go mad. I mean, what do you reckon, Josie? What's going to happen to us?
Yeah, I think we were just waiting for this Merino deal to get done. And as you see now, dominoes are going to start to fall. And Ramsdale come out news afterwards, and Eddie gets sold. That's the Merino money back straight away. Do you know what I mean? I know it's installments; you don't get it straight back, whatever. But it frees up us to go after the rest of our targets now, if there is any other targets, which I'm sure there is. I don't think that's it.
I can't. I mean, I know George is adamant we're going to get a striker in, and I'm really hopeful because surely, if Eddie Nketiah does go, which it looks like it's going to happen, I know Forest were looking at the final striker Santiago Jimenez, which apparently we've had a link with as well. So surely George, if Nketiah goes, well, that just leaves Jesus and Havertz, who we'll talk about later, who isn't a striker, but is a striker, if you will, as our two main striking threats. So, I mean, surely we'll get someone else in. Surely.
Yeah, I don't. I think if obviously Nketiah goes, we're leaving ourselves short. So why wouldn't we go? Unless they go for someone who can play across the front three.
Yes.
They definitely go out and buy someone else. you've got 10 more days or 9 more days. It's not the first time we've seen Arsenal go and buy someone on a deadline day, is it? Like, so strange things have happened. Aussie men is definite. There's no chance. There's more chance of me getting my eyesight back than Arsenal signing Aussie men. The only one I can realistically see, if I don't know, is Gyökeres from Sporting. Do I think they'll do? I was thinking we would, but then as closer it gets, obviously, I'm not so sure.
I just don't know why that's taken so long. I just would have thought it would have happened already.
As long as
that he wasn't in the Euros, I just thought it
but
just seems strange.
Here's your controversial take that might get you loads of subscribers, Brooksy. As long as it don't end up being, I read the news headline that Arsenal have signed Raheem Sterling, then I'm fine with that. Because I just don't.
I worry. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I've heard so many different things today. I know you shouldn't believe what you read, Sparks, but I've heard today that they reckon that there's a possibility of a Thomas Partey scenario where we signed him literally about half hour to go with Nico Williams, which would be insane.
Yeah.
I would be all over that. I would be all over Jonesy. that would be probably my dream. Bukayo would be. I'd be delighted with him as well. But Nico Williams, I think, would be a real game changer because I think it would destroy a lot of teams in that he's just an absolute animal. Obviously, I've heard that today. Obviously, Raheem Sterling, there's a link that won't go away because of Mikel Arteta. And then that'd be amazing if he didn't want to come. Mudryk as well, I've heard. Because Chelsea got so many bloody players. I mean, they've got to get rid of some. I mean, how they're going about it as well is a different matter entirely. I mean, what he said about Sterling and Ben Chilwell, both seasoned internationals, especially Sterling. I don't know how they're getting away with it, to be honest. But I don't know what you think, Sparks. I mean, what do you think?
For me, if you're going to even consider bringing Sterling in for the money he's going to be on, you put up the money for Williams.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't even bother with it. You just literally just go, because he's going to want 300 grand a week or whatever it is. You might as well just go, do you know what? We'll pay the 58 million euros for Nico Williams' release clause and get him in.
I can't believe anyone else hasn't gone for what it is. I think that he's waiting for Barcelona.
He's waiting for Barcelona, but Barcelona can't
afford him.
Can't sign for Elmo. Now, I've got a not controversial take.
I'm waiting. We'll have a bit of controversy. You've got to get it
but a bit of reasoning for Barcelona's kind of position in that the rules now promote selling your youth products, making pure profit, and then going out and buying somebody else.
Yeah.
And what Barca are trying to do is actually keep hold of their youth products and build on it. And I actually think that the rules should support that. There should be some kind of benefit for you bringing players through your ranks, keeping hold of them, playing them in the squad. Even Man City, to a point now, are doing that as well. I really think that the rules should be adjusted to basically make people more reliant on their youth products and less reliant on the transfer market. But it actually promotes the opposite way around, because as soon as you sell them, all the money goes on your books. As soon as you buy another player, you can spread it over 5 years. And it's just crazy. It really is crazy. So I actually quite like that Barcelona are trying to keep hold of their players. I don't like Barcelona very much.
No, me neither.
The position they've put us in, but I can see what they're trying to do, and I quite like it, to be honest. But they can't register players. They go for all these players. They all have this pipe dream of playing for Barcelona, and they sit on the sidelines and. Yeah, they're kind of in limbo, aren't they, really?
Another player we've been linked with is Rafinha. He's another one that we're going to get. Because we've been linked with him before. And he's
but he was big wages as well, wouldn't he? So why wouldn't you go straight for even if you only get Williams for 2 years? We want somebody here and now.
Yeah, I don't want Williams for 2 years. I don't want to be used as a stepping stone again. They can do
it. And you basically, if you're going to do that, you put a release clause of, I don't know, 150 million or something in. And go, well, okay, well, if you're going to take him, you can take him at that. We knew he was going to go at some point, but at least we'll make the money out of him.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he's got the release clause, hasn't he? So I just go for Williams. I really would.
Yeah, that's
And
the one.
Obviously, we need to get another keeper if Ramsdale goes.
Yeah.
It looks like, like I said, that Spaniel keeper, he's been, the last few days, it looks like he's just waiting and happy to wait. So that could well be the last couple of days. None of us really know what's going on. I mean, that's the thing, everyone's just guessing and speculating. Like I said, I think after this weekend's games, I think, obviously, then it will boot off. I mean, it's going to be absolutely middle. Obviously, I'm going to be on holiday next week, so it's be quite nice, to be fair. But I think it's going to boot off. And that's Jones just said earlier, it's just once all the dominoes start falling. And
I don't think we get a striker, though.
No.
I really don't know.
I don't think
none
we
of
get
us
a striker.
know. I mean, like I said, one thing Edu is very, very good at is keeping his cards close to his chest. No one knows what's going on.
Yeah,
but for the years, everyone used to know that on scene and other people like that used to get fed bits by whoever, but they haven't got a clue now. Everyone's
one thing you're actually sleeping on is actual cover in the striker position. Everybody thinks that we only have Havertz and Jesus. But if we get a left winger, we've also got Martinelli.
Yeah, no, definitely. And Trossard can play there as well.
And Trossard as well.
Yeah,
so we're not light, really. We're light on the wing position. So obviously, if you then release Martinelli, he can cover the wing. So you've basically got 2 covers for Saka. You got 3 covers for Havertz. And so I think the next one is the left winger, and it kind of solves a lot of problems.
So do we think Reece Nelson will leave? Because obviously, if he goes, well, we're even shorter.
The later it's getting, it's going to be loan deals, isn't it?
Here's the thing. I mean,
that's the problem.
Depends again on results of weekends, especially the relegated teams coming up. I mean, we expect Ipswich to get spanked on Saturday by Man City, or you never know. Obviously, your Southamptons and your Leicesters, they lose again. Obviously, there will be a bit of panic buying going on, especially if they're not scoring goals. And obviously, someone like Nelson could make a little difference to someone. So it will be a very interesting few days.
The thing we forget about as well is that we've still got Kieran Tierney.
Yes, is he? Yeah. It's when he obviously got injured in the Euros.
He's injured,
They didn't actually say what was wrong with him, though. It looked quite bad.
It's the same injury. I think it's his knee again.
Knee, yeah.
They haven't put a time scale in. They just kind of ignored him.
So I don't know what will happen with him. I do my thing.
He's under compensation, though. I think.
Yeah.
From the FA, because obviously got injured in international, so I think he's under compensation.
But I do agree with what you were saying, Sparks. With the left winger, I think the only problem is we keep getting linked with all these group of players, but none of them are anywhere near the level of Nico Williams.
No.
When I'm hearing about Chiesa, Sterling, Lookman.
Lookman's a good player, though.
Lookman
he's a top player.
He did score a hat-trick in the Europa League final. He's no mug.
Yeah.
And people are basing it on the fact he did rubbish at Fulham and Leicester. But he's a completely different player now, to be fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you don't know. It is a risk. But
every transfer has a risk.
I would choose him. I would choose him over Sterling.
Yeah.
Wages wise. I don't get the Sterling stuff. Maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. Or even 3 years.
Lazy journalism. I that.
But the nearer we get the striker thing, I'm not as sure on. If Eddie Nketiah goes, which maybe I don't want to jinx it because last time I said something, it didn't happen. It fell through. So, if that happens, then like you say, I suppose Martinelli can play there or Trossard. I just wonder, we've been saying about Martinelli with how bad his form's been recently, but it seems to have dipped since we haven't really had a proper number 8. So I just wonder if bringing Merino in brings the best out of Martinelli as well.
When you say that though, when we had Guendouzi, right, and we were over reliant on Guendouzi, his form really dipped, and it was just like too much pressure on him and whatever.
Yeah.
So if you again bring in the left winger and you get cover for him, A, it's somebody he can learn off.
Yeah.
And B, there's not so much pressure on him, is there? You know, at the end of the day, it's you can kind of go with the flow and allow him a bit more time, if you know what I mean.
I'm still waiting for that. I'm still waiting for that mystery German player that we've had to be signed.
I don't think there is one, mate.
It's amazing. They had everyone on 10. Fishing looks crazy.
Yeah. I reckon it was just like a beer or something that they picked up on the way home.
Yeah, I'd take Musiala all day long. Unless it's him, then I'm not really that bothered.
I think we've got more chance signing Podolski again, probably.
There's a lot of people that thought Chesney was coming back.
Bayern have let some questionable players go. So
Then Kingsley Coman is another name that's been mentioned. We're gonna have a bigger team bus than Chelsea this rate.
The thing is with Coman though, you could potentially get Coman on loan as well.
Yeah,
that's what they were saying. That a loan deal, wasn't it?
Yeah, so
very young.
Kind of makes a bit of sense.
Yeah,
he's quite tall. We're going for tall players.
Maybe we haven't been linked with Nabry yet.
No, not yet. That'd be Brooksy. You know it now. The ITKs are saying, well, we've heard they're in talks with Serge Gnabry via Jonathan Brooks.
The
thing is, I think like if Bayern Munich have got their targets they wanted as well, I wouldn't have been surprised if we actually did hold concrete like thing for Sane. I wasn't sure about that, but I think they would, because they bought Elise, didn't they? And then they was looking to get a couple other people, but because
they're still after another couple, I think.
Yeah,
a lot of people thought that Sane was a mystery German, didn't they?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised. I think we definitely buy a forward player. Who it is, I don't know. I would just love it to be someone that no one's actually predicted, like completely shock out the blue or something. But it's like Spark said, we need players for now though as well. I don't want all this. Oh well, they'll do well as a squad player. If we want to go and win that title, Nico Williams is the only player for me.
Yeah, I think so. And going to Saturday's game, obviously we're talking about strikers, but obviously the man up front, Jonesy on Saturday, delivered yet again. You know, as did that beautiful little man wearing the number 7 shirt. I mean, he had an amazing Euros. He was England's standout player. He scored goals. He took penalties. He stood up and was counted, unlike most of them. And obviously, if we can keep him fit for the season, I mean, you never know. It looks like he's off and running again, assisting a goal. I mean, that goal was just superb, by the way. I mean, this little touch, bang. It's just... He's becoming his trademark, and no one seems to stop him. Even the first goal, I was sitting right above when the ball came out to him, and there was only one Wolves player there, and you could see the panic of him because he was looking around and he thought, "Oh no, I've been left on my own, 1-on-1." And then when he put the ball in, obviously Havertz, brilliant, brave header. 1-0, but obviously Havertz. I see a stat. I forgot to write it down, but it's something ridiculous like most goals and assists without penalties, and he's above Cole Palmer and Phil Foden. I think he's got 17. I think they've got 16 and 15. I mean, he's just brilliant. I mean, we were talking about a striker, and as much as I do think we need one, it does look like, he's been superb, isn't he? I mean, he's made the position his own. He's just, I think it's just been a revelation.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, he kind of reminds me of Giroud, just because of his stature and that. But he doesn't get the recognition because he's not that fast-paced forward who can, score loads of goals and the flair and all that stuff. But that's why I'm happy with us, going with Havertz as plan A, Jesus as plan B, and then looking for that winger, because you mentioned Saka as well. And, he's hit the ground running again after a terrible Euros final and England campaign. But he will, and we've seen it for the last couple of seasons, he will get burnt out from come end of January, February time. And, you know, he doesn't need to be playing the early rounds of the FA Cup, the Carling Cup games, Carabao Cup, sorry, it's not Carling Cup anymore, is it? Carabao
to the old school.
Yeah. And say we, you know, do well in the Champions League and we have a few games spare and we've qualified. You don't want Saka playing in them games. You want him resting, ready for the weekend, you know, because come be it weekend, we're away to someone like, you know, Chelsea or whatever. But this is where the wing is vital, I think. And Saka, though, but you run out of superlatives, didn't you? I said it on the show Tuesday night. You sit there and he's like your kid. Like you love him. You see him get tackled and you're the first up shouting, you know, spit flying out.
Yeah. I covered the bloke in front of me. And party misplaced a pass, mate.
You just feel for him. Anybody says any bad words, you're fucking on them. Do you know what I mean? And we just got to make sure he's not overplayed like he has been the last couple of seasons, and he could at least get 20 plus goals for us, even assist as well. You know, with Havertz up top as well, he's putting the balls. Finally, we've got a striker where we can ping balls into the box, and Havertz is not afraid to put his head in. You know,
yeah, it's very brave.
Yeah, very brave.
Now.
And he loves a bit of fisticuffs as well, old Havertz as well, which I like about him. He's not afraid to get involved.
No, exactly. That's what you want. I mean, now, in regards to obviously Saka getting burnt out, it was interesting that Arteta must have learned because with about 20 minutes to go after his goal, he took him off, which last year he didn't do a lot of that, did he?
Yeah, 80 minutes, yeah.
You know, and that's what he's got to do. You know, he's got to protect him. You know, but yeah, a winger would be lovely. But can't have a side. George, I know you've always been a fan since we've had him, but he's a very intelligent player. I mean, Shearer made a very good point. You know, he said, obviously, he's very clever. What are you laughing at? I'm sorry.
Huh? What am I laughing at?
Yeah,
I've always been a fan.
He has been a fan.
I have, to be fair.
Yeah, George has, he has. No, he's one of the few that, there's always quite a few people that were moaning, but George has always... He's always been quick to say how much he loves him. But, you know, Shearer said he's a nightmare for centre halves to play against because he's always dropping deep and trying to get involved. And he's very skillful, and that defenders don't know if they're coming or going. And he is. Well, at the moment, he's made the striker's position his own. Gabriel Jesus, a striker, can't get ahead of him. So,
and it also gives Saka more freedom as well because he's dragging defenders out, so he's basically been more of a prominent figure. So teams can't double up on Saka all the time and whatever, and that's why we need to get the winger in to raise that level of that wing, and then nobody can do that. It's literally just a case of 1-on-1 and then one float in or whatever their defensive regime is. You know, it needs to spread out across the line because at the moment the right hand side is kind of or our left hand side rather is less of a focal point.
Is that a new film coming out? How do you solve a problem like Gabriel Martinelli? But you know, it's I almost feel sorry for him in a way because obviously Jonesy Saka is so amazing and honest every week, and he'll assist or score a goal or just do something brilliant. And obviously Martinelli isn't. I mean, it's not for his lack of effort. I mean, it doesn't normally get to boys a bit in the second half. And he just seemed to head down, just disappeared over there towards the corner flag. And I'm just like, we know he's got the pace. Sometimes I think he doesn't know if he tries too hard or he doesn't get the right ball. We know if you whack the ball, he'll run into it. He'll do it all day long. But I don't know if he's seeing the others. You know, I don't know. But obviously, yeah,
to me, Martin, it feels like he panics in that final third. You know, he does everything right, gets into the box, and then it's either he just blasts it or, you know, he tries to cut it back and there's no one there. He's got the ability and, you know, no one's saying that he hasn't. He can be brilliant for this team, but I don't know if it's confidence or what it is.
Decision making, isn't it? I think he gets to that point and he doesn't know whether to cross it, he doesn't know where to shoot, and he gets caught in no man's land. So he does neither of each. And I love Martinelli. I'm one of his biggest fans, but you know, he's certainly taken a little bit of a downward spiral since like a year and a half ago, I guess. And his decision making, I just don't think is all there, to be honest.
And because we're comparing him to the other side, and Saka's doing so brilliantly, you can't help but do that. And there's a clear difference. There's night and day at the moment, and it's But I have faith in him. He will pick up, but it's how long do you give it? Because Trossard's there on the bench, and he wanted to come on at that weekend. You can see it in his face on the bench. He's knocking on the door as well, pretty loud, Trossard, and it wouldn't surprise me. I've said it before. I don't know if we're going to get ahead of us, but I see him starting at the weekend for us on that left, Trossard.
Yeah, I do as well.
Yeah, that's it. We might as well talk about that game now. You mentioned it, Jonesy. It was coming up. It was the Aston Villa away Saturday night, 5:30. Sadly, the last time we played that 5:30, we lost 1-0. Obviously, we owe them big time. We lost to them twice last year, and it really pissed me off, to be honest. Especially if we just won one of them and we've won the league,
Well, it should have been a draw anyway, shouldn't it?
It should have been. We got done in that Villa Park game as a joke. They just guessed it was handball.
You guessed it was handball, and then
Jesus should have had a pen.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things. It is what it is. Obviously, I was really disappointed they won Saturday, Villa, because obviously they won their first game at home. The crowd is going to be bouncing. Obviously, they've got nothing to fear, but it's going to be a hard game, isn't it, Jonesy? They're going to do well. A lot of people, bizarrely, you see some of the predictions. I have to say, I've got them to finish 6th and 7th, and I'm not really. I mean, they did very well last year. They're a good side. I know they've got rid of a few players, but they've signed some good people. They've still got Watkins. We've got Nana, who scored the other day. They've got Martinez. They've got a good defence. They've got a good side, solid, settled team. Emery's got them playing well. So I still think, I think they'll be near the top 4, if not in the top 4 again. So early in the season, it's a big test.
Yeah.
But,
yes.
We were slightly rusty on Saturday, you could say. So were Villa, to be honest. I mean, a bit tough game, but a winnable game. It's
the atmosphere. I think the atmosphere on Saturday is crucial, especially with Villa's first home game. The flags are out, the fireworks will be out for them. Everything. Alison Hammond to be on the pitch. Everything from Birmingham probably be fucking going on up there. But if we do that first, early goal, I think quite comfortable. We can play well. Let's not get it twisted. West Ham are shit, and we saw that the weekend. And Villa weren't as great. It was on in the pub when I was watching bits and bobs of it. West Ham could have easily finished that game 2-2 if Souček had put that glorious chance away.
Yeah.
But I'm not worried about Villa on Saturday. Get there, get an early goal. The last 2 games, look at last season, we would have won both of them. We had the more shots on target. Obviously, like Spark said, we were fucking done over with the penalty and stuff like that, disallowed goal. But I'm pretty confident on Saturday. The guys have probably worked off the rust and they'll go for it Saturday. I think you'll see a different performance.
And obviously, with regards to the team, I mean, they're saying if Merino isn't signed by tomorrow, I don't know what time, then he misses the deadline. Midday is his part. I mean, I presume we're all thinking he's not going to be there.
No, he might make the bench, maybe.
We probably won't announce it until next Friday.
At 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
The next Olympics.
So, I mean, I don't know what everyone thinks. I mean, Raya is going to be playing. I mean, again, I have to say, and I've said this a few times, Raya's done well, but he's not really had any wow moments. That's why I think a lot of people have fond memories of Ramsdale for some of his wonder saves. Raya is now producing that, isn't he, Jules? That save he did in the first half was superb. I mean, absolute brilliant save.
Yeah.
First half from the Strand Larsen. Great header. That's a great reflex stop. I mean, if that had gone in, everyone would start shitting their pants.
Yeah. I thought it was an amazing save, especially at the time. I know the season's only just started, but that'll probably be one of the better saves you see this season.
He looks so much more confident now as well. I see a little bit match of the day the other night, and they've got Joe Hart on there now. I mean, people say what they like about Joe Hart, but he knows his keepers, and he was very confident in his body language. You can just tell he's on it, and he's so confident now compared to when he obviously started last season, and he was very jittery, bless him, and obviously all the pressure was on him. But now he's like, well, I'm the best keeper in the league. I've got the most clean sheets. And you can see the aura and the confidence he's got now, demanding the ball and doing things. It's, great to see.
I think, as well, what people don't look at as well is look at the mentality of David Raya as well. So he came in and basically dislodged the fan favourite. Because let's be honest, let's not get it twisted. That's what Aaron Ramsdale was. Ramsdale, good goalkeeper, but he came in, dislodged that. He made some mistakes, Raya. I don't think there's anyone here says he didn't. But what I like about Raya is he doesn't flap about it, or like he just bounces back. He believes his own ability. So yeah, like, he basically helped Tottenham get back in that game, but he still made saves after that, and that doesn't get mentioned enough. Like the save against first game of the season, like you say, mate, if that goal goes in, it could have been a different result. So yeah, obviously banging the David Raya drum, but I think a lot of the defence gets a lot of praise, and rightfully, but I think David Raya deserves some of that as well.
That's it, because you're only as good as your keeper, as they say, defence, I mean, in regards to the defence, as much as go for the team, I mean, Saliba was, I thought, very rusty on Saturday.
Yeah, he lost the ball a couple of times, didn't he?
He did. I thought he was, his first game.
Very
And
shaky.
obviously, he's not had much of a rest either. Let's have it there. But, I mean, luckily they weren't really tested. Obviously, they'll have a handful Saturday, because Ollie Watkins had a good time against them the last time they played.
Yeah.
But you presume them two will be fit, and start. Ben White, well, I presume he'll be there. And then who are we thinking is playing the other fullback? It could be Timber, Simchenko, Calafiori. Who are we thinking?
I'm hoping it's not Simchenko.
Yeah, no. Bailey all running ragged.
Yeah.
I'm
Do
hoping
we think
Timber.
Timber had that little 25-minute cameo? Bless him, he did that little twisty thing and they almost scored. And I was like, oh my God. But he looks very keen. That's what you will say. He's eager to make up for lost time.
Yeah.
Which excites me and scares me at the same time, because I don't want him getting over carried away and getting into him. But I hope he does play Saturday. I think with his pace, I think we will, like I said, they'll be getting the ball out to Bailey. As you said, Jonesy, the crowd will be up for it. Emery will want, quick start, they get a goal and the place is going nuts.
Yeah. Well, my worry is with it is Calafiori's not really played.
Calafiori.
So to bring him into a game like that, I'm not sure.
Is that a different player?
I can't pronounce it. Calafiori.
Calafiori. Come on, yeah.
Ricky. I'm just going to do a Bianca, mate, to shut Ricky in the stand.
I don't even know where Calafiori plays, to be honest.
But then Timber, like you say, he looked good when he come on, but is it too much of a quick risk? So I kind of feel like they might have to play Zinchenko, which I dread every time he does play. Because going forward, he's all right. It's just defensive. Like Jonny said, Bailey will rip him to shreds. But I don't know. Does Arteta think Timber's ready to play in a game like that?
I don't see why not. I don't. So they've got a week's training to sort it out. I mean, he's fit enough to be in the bench another 25 minutes. He's got to start him at some point. I mean,
Tommy Asim or not.
Christ, I've got name. Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility they might play Timber the following week. Obviously, they've got Brighton at home. Might be better to play from the start there. But as Jones just said, Zinchenko just scares me. He was all right Saturday, but he just disappears. He just doesn't defend. Obviously, we got away a bit Saturday because the Wolves had not been a line, nothing, to be quite frank. I thought they were very poor, and I think they'll be right down the bottom. That's a different story. So, obviously, so we worry who's going to play there. We're presuming Thomas Partey is still alive. Again, I thought he was quite sloppy Saturday. Loads of people telling me how great he was, which surprised me. Thomas Partey, he gave the ball away 5.
Yeah, Partey.
To me, I could be wrong from where we're sitting.
I thought Zinchenko had a pretty decent game, to be honest with you.
I thought he was lazy and sluggish, Partey, and it looked like he piled on the beef. Now, I was sitting row 32 up a tier, so I was miles away, almost died walking up the stairs. Oh, God, Jesus, I haven't been up that high for ages. And so obviously he was quite a way away, but he just looks, I don't know, he just looked unfit to me. He wasn't keeping up with the game, and it just, I don't know. And it worries me, obviously, Saturday. It was in midfield 3. Well, it was in Tielemans, McGinn, and Nana play. I mean, they didn't have a Nana the last game when they beat us, and they ran us ragged all over us. I mean, McGinn was all over us like a rash. right little pitbull. It's a horrible little bastard, but for them, it's very good, and
Mm.
very important. And we need to be on it in the midfield. You know, Rice will be up for it. You know, Odegaard will be. Although again, they both looked a bit rusty Saturday. It's understandable, but Odegaard slightly not because he's playing the Euros. Rice come off injured because he had cramp. You presume that won't be a problem Saturday. And then obviously you presume Saka, Martinelli, Havertz, I presume. I mean, Jonesy, you think Trossard will play?
Yeah, I think George has gone for Trossard as well. I just think with the amount of chances we had last season and we couldn't score up there, I just think, you know, Trossard's probably the best finisher at our club. Getting him in there and getting the chances we can get, he can get a goal, you know. But yeah,
crazy. You think last season we didn't score a goal against Villa?
Yeah, didn't score a single goal. And we had the chances, you know. Look at that first half.
Just that Havertz chance when he just. Oh no, it's Trossard, wasn't it?
No, it was Trossard.
Yeah, Martinelli saved. That goes in. We're winning 3-0 and then won the league.
Do you know what I think? Because he tried the Havertz in midfield thing.
It went wrong. He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have played
I don't
Jesus.
think he replaces Martinelli. I think Martinelli's done.
Right, so thank you everyone for all the lovely comments, by the way. 90 and Zoom in UK, and there was some Gooner Ian, I think, earlier. Thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. Lovely to have you on.
I think if we get Merino over the line tomorrow, I still don't think he will play on Saturday anyway.
I can't see it. No,
he's been left out of Sociedad's team for
he hasn't played any minutes at all. No,
the last game was the Euro final, so he hasn't played a single minute. So he needs probably good.
He's been on holiday drinking loads of cerveza.
Yeah.
I don't even see him coming like starting against Brighton.
No,
either.
yeah,
I'd see him coming off the bench maybe, and
he doesn't do that anyway, does he? He kind of it's like he'll play 25 minutes at the end of the game just to kind of bed in, and then but I don't even see him doing that, to be honest.
Yeah, no. After the international break, I think that's when we'll first see him.
Yeah.
But then we've got Tottenham and City, haven't we? So
we've got it's a horrendous start, isn't it? I mean, I know.
Or is it really good though?
Well, is it get it out of the way? Is that what you're saying, Sparks?
Yes, you get three.
Go on, G. Whatever the plane checkers to begin. Yeah, didn't have it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're on that. I've got somebody on that on the phone right now.
It's actually crazy because obviously I live down here now. But when I grew up, I lived in Biggin Hill, which is near Bromley, and obviously they've always had an airport. But now it's like a lot of players now fly into London Biggin Hill Airport. Because the private jets go there and then they go from there. And that's where Calafiori went, apparently. So it's quite funny, really, when you think about it.
But it should be good on Saturday. I'm looking forward to it.
And that Calafiori, we said about bedding in. I mean, he didn't get any minutes. I was very surprised he didn't even come on for like 5 minutes. You would have thought he might have brought him on just to get the crowd going. I was quite surprised he didn't. So
I think he was jet lagged, wasn't he? No, that was the excuse that he was jet lagged.
Was it?
Really? He didn't come from
Where did
Australia.
Huh?
Where did he go? Because he played in the Emirates Cup on the Sunday.
Yeah, but then he flew back somewhere, didn't he? And then come back.
I thought you meant he was still jet lagged from when we signed him. I was like,
Sim AFC, do we think Merino will be in the squad against Villa? Well, it all depends if he signs in time, Sim. Apparently, there's a 12 o'clock midday tomorrow deadline.
Yeah.
So we presume not. I mean, we all know how long it seems to take Arsenal to do transfers.
He's got to be medical and all that stuff, yeah. The medicals.
What they'll probably try and do is like wait, and then on deadline day, if Arsenal sign someone else, they say, "Look, Arsenal have been really busy. They signed Merino and whoever." Deadline.
Did you see the article from TalkSport, the YouTube, but basically where he's saying that we're getting Merino, so we'll continue the cash splurge.
I was
like, what?
The agenda or something? Yeah,
it's real, isn't it?
You're like, what? Did we turn Chelsea overnight or something?
Unless we've missed out on some transfer stories. Like.
Yeah, or we've signed Williams and Osimhen and we don't know about it.
Yeah. They're dressed up as Jesus and someone else or something.
Oh God. I just can't stand the agenda merchants. It's just so bad.
I think if we lose on Saturday, God forbid, then Merino will get announced first thing Sunday morning.
with a training top.
Yeah.
In the fifth keeper top.
Yeah, the fifth keeper top's available to buy.
Mate, if we lose, he'll be getting announced at 7:33.
Yeah.
It's funny because obviously I go on my cruise on Saturday, and what time is the boat leaving Saturday, darling? Oh, it's in a little world. Is it R5? Just don't figure it out because then we take off, we move off. So I presume they have it on board.
Yeah.
But, so that'll go well because the last time we went on a cruise, it was the Fulham game at home, and we were losing, and we went 2-1, then they equalised. Right, so that went down well. So hopefully we're not having for a paid performance this year. Obviously, so I have that on. I've got the old shirts packed away, ready to go.
That's it, mate.
That'd be good. So yeah, if not, I'll just drink myself into a coma. And then Russ Morgan, thank you very much for coming on. It was a pleasure.
Evening.
But then obviously, so we might as well do predictions then. I'll go first because it's my show. I'll say, I don't know. Well, I was going to say Arsenal win tonight because let's face it, I'll say we'll press Man City. So I'll say 3-1. I think Saka and Havertz might score again. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think we are on one, and let's put down a marker. Josie, yourself?
Yeah, so I've gone for 1-0 and Trossard to score.
Oh, love that. That's so accurate and precise. George?
He's done it again. So I've been on 2 shows with Jonesy in the last 2 days, and he's nipped on 2 different shows. He's nipped my answer twice.
Stop telling him then.
I know I need to stop copying him. I should have seen it coming. Do you know what? Fuck it. 1-0, and I'm gonna go Havertz.
Lovely, go on. And yourself, Sparks. Last but not least, what are you going for? 1-0 and all?
No, I'm going for 2-1. I haven't got to the point of going for nil score lines yet. I still can't. I've still got PTSD from years gone by where we can't keep a clean sheet for our lives, and I'm trying to get that out of my head. But yeah, I think Villa will score. To be honest,
time you get it out of your head, it'll be when we start conceding again.
Well, I don't care as long as we're lifting trophies at the time. I don't really care.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about.
So not really bothered,
No. Any of those score lines will do fine for us. I'm sure.
Yeah, I think Kai scores and probably assists again, and yeah, Saka probably gets one as well.
Yeah, we've got a question from Sim AFC. What's your opinions on spending 30 million euros on Juan Garcia if Ramsdale leaves? Jonesy, I'll start with you. I've never heard of him, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I presume he's like a rare hybrid.
It's not that much anyway. It's 25, I think.
Yeah, it's 25, I think, million.
And his wages currently are £4,000 a week.
Yeah.
So,
how old is he?
He's
roughly
20,
young.
Mid-20s.
Oh, yeah, it's 22, yeah.
And he's the Espanyol number 1. And have they just come back up again? But didn't they get relegated?
Last year before.
Year before, yeah.
Okay. So they're in the top league.
Yeah, no, if we need him, then obviously I have faith in Arteta and who they bring in at the moment, since that Havertz deal, which everyone was up in arms about and what Havertz is currently doing now. I'm not going to complain. Like we spoke earlier, if Lookman comes in, I have faith in Arteta and Edu of what they're doing. 30 million, or as what Sparks was saying, it's going to be 25, is nothing nowadays if you look at what some of these players are going for. But yeah, no. If he's good enough and he wants to play for us and wants to fight for his place, then bring him in.
I think it's a no-brainer though, like Sparks said. So if say Ramsdale goes, you cut down on Ramsdale's wages potentially. Yeah. You bring in someone in who's basically just going to be a number 2.
Yeah.
And the 30 million euros thing, that's just his release clause. There's nothing to say that Arsenal are not going to. Like Edu has, like we've seen with Nketiah, he has these valuations and he sticks to it, which I like a minute. But yeah, like obviously, and we've got the young English. Is it Tommy something? Tommy Shepard.
Tommy Shepard. Yeah.
So he's going to be learning from him. So yeah, if Ramsdale goes, because I don't know. I think it's when it gets closer to the deadline. I don't see anyone buying Ramsdale. That's where I'm at with it. So it's going to be
the thing. No one really panic buys a goalkeeper, do they? Unless someone gets injured. I mean,
and like why are Wolves going to panic buy when they've got Jose Sarr? Let me leave.
Sarr's going though, apparently.
Yeah,
is he?
Well, so yeah, if he goes, then maybe the Wolves like. I don't see Nottingham Forest giving us basically 60 or 70 million for Ramsdale and Eddie.
No. I reckon he goes on loan with an option to buy, doesn't he, at the end of the season?
I think
it's got to be an obligation, hasn't it? It's got to be an obligation for us.
Deadline day deal, I think. That'll be a Friday special.
Yeah, because if it's an obligation, we get that money on the balance sheet. If it's an option, we don't. So it's got to be an obligation, I think. Otherwise, he just stays put.
Yeah, he just stays.
Yeah.
Good luck to him. In regards, obviously, Sims, but they're apparently Forest closing in on Nketiah. Obviously, if he does leave, I mean, it's good news all round. I think, Jonesy. I think we all knew, it was never going to be an Arsenal great. I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful. He's come in and came tonight when he scored the winner against United.
Nice question.
Yeah, go on.
So, what do you think of Matty Turner when he went to Forest? And he'll be the fourth choice keeper if Ramsdale goes in.
Yeah.
He'll hate Ramsdale, wouldn't he, Turner?
Yeah,
I'd be surprised if Ramsdale goes there. They've got a solid number one now, Matt Self. So I don't think Ramsdale will get above him.
Yeah.
No, it's weird. They accuse us of loving keepers, but Forest has signed so many of them. It's unbelievable.
And they've got like the Andre the Giant in goal as well. Don't know that Carlos Miguel or something. He's like 6'8" or something.
Yeah, but he's about as nimble as
about as nimble as me.
You're very nimble.
But no, with regards to Eddie Brooksy, I'm not going to sit here and say, he was great for us and wish him well. Fucking great, good job he's going. I couldn't stand him. I can't stand him now, to be fair. I couldn't stand him when he got the number 14 shirt. I thought that was a smack in the face. I know people say it's only a shirt and it's only a number, but to me, that number represents God. But yeah, no, I'll be glad to see him go. If he wants a hand pack in his bags or a lift, then I've got a piggyback waiting for him. See you later, mate.
You didn't mention about the 14 top at all, Jonesy, when he got it.
I did.
No, I was winding you up.
Oh yeah. I probably was one of the ones going on about it. To be fair,
I remember seeing the Twitter group, and it was like proper popping off, and it was like I think Jonesy done well. There was only 3 or 4 swear words in that one sentence. So.
Well, obviously, if he does go, and obviously Smith Rowe's gone as well, George.
Yeah,
that does mean that the iconic 14 and 10 shirts will both be available.
Yeah.
Now, if Nico Williams takes one, who's taking the other?
You, Brooksy. It's got to be
him.
Yeah. Like, I'm not sure. Like, maybe I'm hoping it isn't when I'm going to call him Ethan because apparently I get told off if I pronounce his name wrong.
Emwanyeri, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know, mate. I'm not going to.
We'll go with young Ethan.
I'm hoping it won't be him because I think that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, too much pressure.
Yeah. Also, just going back to Eddie, obviously, I've got family ties, so I have to be careful. No, but I just think if Edu and Arsenal get 30-odd million for Eddie Nketiah, that's an amazing deal all round. Like, he gets to play week in, week out because it's what he needs. I think he'd probably do well at someone like Forest. They're like you said, them numbers being like they're special numbers though as well, aren't they? So that's why I just think if they got something up their sleeve that I don't know. I was saying they're special numbers, but we remember William Gallas had 14, didn't he? So
number 10, yeah, number 10.
Oh, was it number 10?
Jesus Christ!
Yeah. The thing is, no player can take a number now. It only can be a new player coming in because you have to register them before the start of the season. So Nyamweri can't take the 10 shirt now. So it'd be.
I suppose that's a good thing, really.
Yeah. So there'll be someone coming in, I think.
And I don't think
they can change them in January, can't they?
Nah, you can't change them in the season now.
Oh, I
They
thought
got
they
rid of that rule, yeah.
And I don't think Merino takes it. I think he'll take number 23 or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's what I was
that's
saying
available.
there. Who was the last player to have 23? Was it Arshavin?
Ooh,
I can't remember.
Sol Campbell at 23.
Sol Campbell
Yeah.
at 23, yeah.
I mean, Campbell was before Arshavin, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, Danny. I know. Dear me.
Quite a while before that.
23. I don't know. Oh, someone like Squillaci or someone crap at it. Was it Giroud? Someone had it 23. Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
I just wonder if could that be? Well, we might be reading a lot into it, mate. But like you say, 14 and 10 are special numbers. Could I don't know. You never, like you say, Nico Williams and Jamal Musiala. Let's go deadline day.
Oh, mate, can you imagine?
I
She had hair on Campbell at 23.
I think Twitter would break, mate. Like they've been all summer. It's like all the experts are like, "Oh, Edu and Arsenal should be doing this," and then they just go out and bang out two like amazing players. It'd just be funny.
So it was Arshavin had it, then Nicholas Bentner had it.
What a guy! What a legend.
Danny Welbeck.
Yeah.
You got Danny, yeah.
David Luiz.
Yeah,
Good old-
Danny.
And then
Let's
and then
say that.
Lakonga had it last.
Oh, how can we forget Sam?
Oh, yeah, the Congo definitely had it, didn't he? Yeah.
I think he's pretty forgettable, isn't it?
Is it Seville now? He's got Seville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On loan, yeah.
Another loan, yeah.
Is that an obligation or is that not an option?
I have no
I think Tavares is an obligation. Lakonga
Forgot about
is
him and all.
an option, I believe.
Yeah. Was he Lazio? Only Tavares?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
With
Probably not.
Guendouzi, isn't it? He's at Lazio now.
Yeah. Bring back Cedric, give him the number 14.
Yeah, we
He's
made
still
some
got
money
a
on
club,
sell-on,
isn't
didn't we, for
Need a
Guendouzi?
dog walker.
All right, well, I think we'll start wrapping up now because I know people got places to be. I've got a Chinese to eat.
Nice.
That's
What you
So,
having?
so thank you very much, everyone, for coming on. Jonesy, it's been an absolute pleasure.
No worries, mate. Thank you very much for having me on, and welcome back with your new show.
Yeah, thank you very much. George, thank you very much for coming on.
Cheers, mate. Well done with coming back with the show and good work.
Yeah, still alive and breathing. I haven't been sacked.
Not yet.
Not me, Jermaine,
Right.
not me. It's your turn, Jermaine, not mine.
Yeah, you're hosting the One Show next week, I've heard.
Alex Jones would love that. Yes, he would.
It wouldn't, mate.
He's campaigning for it now. No, I'll get sacked off that show straight away.
Yeah, you would. In about an hour.
An hour?
No, Arsenal win the league, man. I'm sitting there naked. And Sparks, thank you very much for coming on.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us. And good luck with the show for the season.
And just last but not least, I just want to, something that's been quite close to me out recently. Obviously, I'm a big sports fan. Love cricket. Very sad news a few weeks ago that Graham Thorpe, one of England's finest batsmen and Surrey's brilliant players, sadly killed himself. He jumped in front of a truck. It's just the most saddest, awful thing. And I just, if anyone's ever feeling horrible, reach out, speak to them, speak to me. Just, there's people out there. It's so sad that a man of his age just didn't have any other way out. And don't be scared. Just get it out your chest. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Speak
RIP
up.
and we will. Everyone's got you.
We're all in DMs and whatever, calls if you need anything.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And and I'll try and go to a happier note for it. Yeah. Right. So good luck to the Arsenal on Saturday. Here's to a lovely 3 points. Thank you everyone for coming on. And maybe Jermaine Dennis might get another job. Thank you very much, everybody. Take care and goodbye.
Nice.